but it'll take a little bit of time because I need to start a new game to count it as having completed it. Because with a save slot, it counts as not having fulfilled it.
But since you can skip through most of that dialogue.
I was kind of thinking of not doing so, actually, in case we got any new people in.
Okay.
Besides, by starting it now, I can go ahead and let it go while people file in.
True. It's gonna.
Besides, we should come up with a better name for the girl.
Okay. Part of me does kind of want to use like Ayla or Leah or someone of the like Squaresoft Cave Girls because it's apparently what we're playing as.
Sure, let's go with Ayla.
I'm gonna leave the last name, I guess.
Tosaka Ayla. Sprawls explains that, since you mentioned a lot on the stream, yeah, we did.
We were quite taken aback by Bird, yes.
The reason Okosan is an actual bird and not an anime is because he is the creator's pet bird. He is not, however, the creator's pet bird. He is the creator. He is Lord Pooty. All hail! I still stand in awe at his jiggling majesty. What was Ayla's last name, now that I think about it?
That was before they had them, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well, we'll just go with Tosaka for now. It doesn't really matter all that much.
All hail! Praise his mighty... Behold his mighty hand. Hosanna!
May he keep you in the hollow of his bowl, thenceforth and forever. And yes, we'll display the animes.
Yeah, I guess if we had been thinking about going meta with it, for Okosan, we probably should have had no human portraits on that one.
Oh, true.
Just go full-on bird.
But we didn't know, so... And really, how could we have known? The miracle was unforeseen by any prophecy except his own.
So yeah, we're canonically taking place in Japan, so we should at least have a Japanese, family name. So we've seen all this stuff before.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm letting it go for people to file in and things like that.
Right. Ugh.
I'm still so saddened by his ending.
So I guess now that I know that Kosan is an actual bird, and that's kind of why they diverge so much, I kind of wonder if when we go back to the other characters, if they're going to be like more dramatic like Ryota's, if they're all going to be silly too.
That's a fantastic question. I can't imagine very much seriousness coming from the racist bird.
Right.
But I'm sure there will be something for Yuya. Again, maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
Of course, I want to know what's going on with Hefty Bird.
Right.
Creepy Sensei is definitely, something is going on there.
Right.
And also, Sway and Sprawl and whoever else may file in, do be thinking about which romance option you'll want to have. We've already done Ryota's and Okosan's, but any of the others are open.
Yeah, at least any of the ones we can get. Like
we should be able to get all of them.
Everybody except Scooter Bird.
I'm not even sure if that's a romance option, technically.
Well, I don't know if it's a romance, but it's like in order to see her around, you had to do 4 other playthroughs or something like that.
Yeah. Sprawl says about half the stories are serious and half are weird.
Gotcha. I feel like that's going to be one of the weird ones.
Probably. Actually, I'm willing to bet that either him or Hefty Bird are going to be the serious ones.
Right. Okay, let's see if we can get one of the walkthroughs pulled up. One of them had like just a rundown of the choices you want.
Right.
A guide to get your pigeons. The Nageki, that was the depressing bird. Okay, yep, that's...
Yep.
All right, cool.
I still like his character design. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, that's something. If it wasn't for the way it was cropped, and of course the pigeon over the shoulder, you know, then you might actually be able to use that for a portrait or for something.
Right.
Then again, it is kind of generic with the shifty eyes and stuff.
Right.
Anti-birdie here.
Oh, and we should probably reintroduce ourselves for the sake of YouTube. I am Ben. I will be the one who is navigating navigating all of the birdie romances.
The turbulent waters of bird romance. And this is Wayne, who is entirely too serious for this nonsense.
That's true. You weren't even moved by the majesty of Lord Pooty.
No,
and if
no.
that doesn't work, I don't know what will.
Well, I did. You get to. I did crack a little bit, but this game is weird. He's ellipses.
Fujishiro Nageki.
Yep, that's going to be a serious route.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of.
Oh, that is up to you.
Yep, Sway apparently was not listening earlier. It is up to the chat, up until the the point of no return, which is basically the very first decision.
Besides class, typically, you know.
Well, the first decision you make is for the club that you join.
Ah, right.
So, up until that point, we decide. Vex asks, have we romanced a single bird?
How do I bird?
We have romanced one bird, and we are blinded by the majesty of Lord Pooty with the other. So technically, we have gotten two.
Yes, we have two bird routes on YouTube,
and I think that's 4 to go. There's a racist bird, Yuya, Nageki, Kazuaki, and
Shu. Yeah.
And Shu. So that's 5, not including Scooter Bird.
Right. It's probably supposed to say killed by Bird Ninja again. We've had that twice now, man. You know.
I'm sorry, Sprawl. We've been killed by bird ninjas enough. By now, we're old friends.
Oh, so he wants emo bird. Oh, that's okay. There's a vote for Nageki. He looks.
Yeah, there, Phoenix.
He looks basically nothing like his brother, though.
They have actually pretty close to the same hair and eye color.
Yeah, well, I guess it's true. One of them's more like a. I guess in the realm of anime hair colors, it's like they're both kind of shades of blue and green.
Right.
So
that, and I think they're supposed to be half siblings.
Okay, that makes sense. That's right. Yeah, the whole half breed. That's why we call them racist bird. Yeah.
Sprawl explains there's still routes locked.
We did get spoiled on Scooter Bird. It was, I think, like 4 routes before you can get hers.
Right.
And but other than that, if there's anybody else, then no, I'm not aware of it.
And go ahead and take a look at Nageki to make sure we can get those. I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah, I think. Let's see.
Sprawl says that he thinks that Scooter Bird is unlocked, but I had thought that we needed to complete 4 other routes before we could get her.
Yeah, I heard 4, but that may not be. But that may not be it. Yeah,
because for those of you who missed it last time, the FAQs and walkthroughs for this game are the most egregiously off I've ever seen in my life.
I found exactly one that even mentions that some of them are locked until you do other things, and it's like it's not even one of the game facts or anything. It's just some fangirl's like blog. Seriously, Otome game meow. I mean.
And Sprawl is clearly not aware of the game that we're playing, because he says, one route basically requires you to do all the birds.
We're not that kind of cave girl. No, but if you try to do all the birds, you get killed by ninjas.
Yeah. I can't get over how chufty he is, and he looks nothing like it.
Yeah, it's like they grabbed one picture of a partridge and kind of like tilted it at an angle.
Right.
Because they actually don't normally look that fat. It's just the way that an image is, which is, I guess, kind of what makes it funny because.
Right.
A part of the problem was the demo had paths that are locked now but weren't locked in the demo, like the Chufty Bird. Oh, okay. Ben is too smitten by Shu. I still remember just...
I do admit that I have always had a fascination and a love for the the kind of creepy intellectual character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forgot what the name of the Otome game was, and I probably should have looked it up after I forgot it last time. But the weight loss one. It's like the doctor was the one that I loved the absolute most. Right. He was basically like that kind of a horrible person, but you still have to end up loving him because he's so different from everyone else.
And here's something for out of context theater from when I was in a SNK online community. Wayne Tsundere for Geese Howard. Speaking of birds, come to think of it.
Okay, I am skipping past
word booty. I guess it'd be putty, wouldn't it, for pudding?
I guess, yeah, that would make sense, putty.
I'm thinking the Putty Patrol.
They actually, I've never heard the zooming sound effect before.
Scooter is open as long as you don't give childhood friend work. Gotcha.
Alright, everyone, we are now at the decision point.
Yes. Okay, so we have Bird and Friend Bird are already up on YouTube.
Right.
We have Teacher Bird.
We have Sleepy Bird. We have Racist Bird. We have Flirty Bird, and we have Creepy Bird.
And then apparently we have Scooter Bird.
But if we do that, then Sprawl will have to explain how we do it.
Right. Let me see if I can find her on there.
Oh, we have the one for the infirmary staff now, so that's good.
So we could do Flirty Bird, yeah. I guess save it now.
Oh, but then we'd have to do the restart thing. Yeah. Remember the thing that you had to start a new game and then load it because there isn't a bird on the screen? Or there was something where if you and I can't save it anyway.
Oh, that's right, because you can't if a choice is up, right? Yeah, okay.
So we'll just zoom it through next time.
Right, Sway wants Emo Bird. Okay. 1 vote for Nageki. Vote early, vote... Well, I don't vote often. No,
well, you can vote often if you want to.
Yeah,
we'll count it.
That's one of the advantages of a smaller chat network as we're new and everything. If you don't need to IRC bot or anything, just count them up.
Yeah, if we were on, if one of us were streaming on our own, we might need an IRC bot, but
I'm not seeing anything
for Scooter Bird.
What was her name? She should be like Hatoful Girlfriend, am I right?
Sprawl says that Creepy Bird is pretty great. I am glad to hear that, actually.
It's like a Sami or something like that, right?
Was it?
A zombie, though, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and go with Emo Bird. Because right now the two of you are tied, and neither Vex nor Phoenix has voted, so we'll go ahead and go with that.
Yeah, they're probably just here for the train wreck factor.
Hooray! So, I know that we go with library staff first.
Oh, yes. Library, yes. Although this says option 1 is Go Home Alone.
That's incorrect. We don't have an option to go home alone.
Well, let's make sure it's not one of those things again.
Then likewise, check and see if we need any staff for him. I am guessing not, but it never hurts to check.
Okay, yeah, her blog is saying join library first.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't think it matters what you study. I think there's certain requirements. What for math? Because Nageki looks like the intelligent type. So I don't think it matters.
Yeah, we'll go with math.
Clearly you should do... Kind of a side path. Okay, I see. Clearly you should be doing music club and just go listen to Linkin Park together or something.
Sprawl explains there are not a lot of choices for Scooter Bird. Basically, one big choice at the end which determines which ending you get. She's kind of a psychopath. Alright, receptionist duty.
Part of a side story available during the summer. Hell's birdies.
Well, don't spoil too much. We'll be getting there eventually.
Yes, yes.
Nageki! First choice.
Okay. Let's see. Books are nice. Touche. What a strange bird.
Technically, it's an odd bird.
No, madam, we have seen strange birds. And strange
ions. And wonderful.
Strange ions, even Lord Pooty may die. Okay.
Is there a choice here?
We are... He actually says, talk to any birdie.
Oh dear.
That's how you know somebody's too far gone, they can't get back out.
In that case, I'll go ahead and just do a Ryota again.
Yep.
So we'll save the other ones for later.
Yeah, in their respective
likewise. Alright.
10.
Might as well just go with math.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm sure we'll be needing to go with music at some point.
Right.
So probably for racist bird.
Probably.
Alright.
Yes, sports festival. Okay.
That's what he says when she sees that pigeon. Now she's just depressed. Although she, Ryota is a dove.
Yeah. A rock dove or something like that, right? Which means clearly it should be a music club.
I can only imagine Sakia speaking with like a horribly over-the-top French accent.
That makes sense, Sprawl. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Racist bird is a music club. I always feel a little guilty whenever I'm playing games like in like Persona and stuff like this, where they have your characters going into clubs and everything. Because I did nothing extracurricular. Well, I was an academic bowl. I mean, yeah.
And yeah, I think Math is Sleepy Bird and potentially a Creepy Bird as well.
Yeah. You think if I wouldn't care, but...
Well, you have to identify what creepy substance he's about to poison you with. And I'm thinking you can go into the library here.
Actually, yeah, any of them work, but she's saying there's an extra scene if you go to the infirmary. So I guess...
The first aid tent?
Oh, okay, after I've talked to anybody, I'll go to the library, yeah. And then go to the infirmaries after that, yeah. So,
yeah.
Yep, so library for this one. That makes sense. It's too hot.
Ah, much better.
And then, of course, you've got the tropes where... Bling.
I like the idea of Nageki being, you know, kind of like the not necessarily creepy one, but just kind of, you know, the quiet one that creeps up on people.
Right.
Like, I actually have almost a bit of a reputation now at work because there's a ice machine that you basically have the door to the room behind you, and then there's room to stay to the side. And so people will just be, you know, getting their ice or whatever, and I'll be standing next to them, not saying anything, not being particularly loud, but just, or particularly quiet, but just, you know, being myself. And they'll, like, turn around and then, ah! when they see me. So I'm kind of imagining Nageki like that.
There's a sun outside.
I don't like it outside, so I assume here. That's all. The creepy nerd no one notices.
function of being a cheerleader? How does that happen?
Well, because Racist Bird thinks that he's a general and he's not.
Ah. Oh, right. That would be him because the student council and everything. I get it. I think.
I can actually sympathize with Nageki because I was very, very introverted when I was in high school.
Right.
Up until I joined the theater, and that changed things.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like I guess it's something if there was if you all want to relate anything about it. But like through middle school and high school, I likewise was really introverted and everything up until about, I'd say, 10th grade. And then just completely flipped, 180 and was a lot extroverted. It's kind of funny.
Where are we going?
Okay, this one is the firmware.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Especially with the Nora radio plays, I can only imagine that. Why did I come here? Skip class?
Yes.
Get out!
Nice.
Yep, I can imagine Creepy Bird punting you if you try to just get out. Math class. Continue on the maths. I do love the mental image of the teacher just falling asleep in his own math assignment.
Right.
Oh yeah, Tanabata.
One of those weird, like Golden Week and all that stuff.
Right.
Those weird. And again, I mean, it's one of those cultural differences and everything. It's like how much can we really make fun of? From clock.
Okay, what am I wishing for?
We were going to rule the world from the shadows.
Guess that makes sense, with the quiet person.
I'm hearing the guy that voice acts South South saying that one.
Oh yeah.
To be the hero of chaos.
I'm guessing we sprint him.
No, thank you.
Sorry, Sleepy Bird.
I think she likes Nageki.
Oh.
Not your turn, Mr. Cute Narcoleptic Bird. Alright.
Of course, I'm willing to bet if she's like most Otome fans, she'll fall for most of them.
Yeah.
More math.
I always kind of have to wonder the people that develop, they come up with, they make characters for these dating and Otome games and stuff like that. Do you ever? It's and just kind of digressing for a little bit. It's like it kind of reminds me about how many comedians and magicians are atheists, for example, because once you start really getting into the psychology of people and learn how to manipulate people, it kind of has that cynicism to it. In a way, you're kind of doing the same thing. Obviously, a lot more family friendly and having fun with it and everything.
Depends on the
game. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
Success. Ha.
But with games like this one, it's like you're basically doing the same thing. It's like you're finding archetypes and tropes people like, and painting these characters to fulfill them. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and as a writer, I kind of do the same thing. It's like there is the old statement: "Give me the same thing but different."
Right.
You're basically tricking people into finding the things that they want, and then making them feel like they're not getting the same thing over and over again. So there is that sense of almost of manipulation. Of course, I like to think of it in kind of the nicer term of finding out what people want and giving them that.
Right.
But also speaking from my college experience, of course, I was a business major in organizational psychology. I had very much a similar feel. It's a question of find out what people want and use that as basically a tool to get them to do what you want without having to pay them for it. Right. So if you really abuse that, you can become very, very, very cynical.
Right.
Which is just it explains why a lot of people kind of get into that mindset a little bit more, because even among some of the people that I talk with, I can whip up characters that they immediately latch onto,
right,
and it almost gets insulting after a while
Mhm.
because they really like it. I'm like, I just did this, for the for laughs and giggles.
Right.
So yeah, I can imagine if I were to do stuff like this, I probably would end up getting really frustrated at the fans. It's like, surely you know better by now, right? I'm guessing Orahato?
It is Night on the Galactic Railroad.
Huh.
Please note that Orahato is a reference to
Oreimo.
Yeah, Oreimo. However, it doesn't seem to like light novels. Shame on you, Nageki.
Night on the Galactic Railroad. Too stereotypical.
Freaking hipster bird.
Yes, though I liked it too. You can't be tsundere towards books. Come on.
Occasionally exchanging a word.
Time flows slowly by. This sort of thing is nice too. No.
Now here's where we go meet Azami.
Right.
I guess we can skip through this one because we're not doing anything special with her.
Yep, I've already carved it into my soul several times over, so...
It's just, if you're not seeing her around, and you almost never will, it's like, she just seems really superfluous. Yeah.
There we go.
I like that putting engine in the background. Okay, well, we will forget it, looks like.
It's like how Pesma, we're the high score thing to do.
Oh, if it hadn't been for Twitch delay, Sproul had a really good idea.
Oh yeah,
make a save at summer, right?
Well,
I guess next time we go through there, we can make a save there, and then just
right.
That's literally nothing influences a zombie until like the very end.
Invite. Oh, we can't invite Nageki though.
Yeah, we can.
Huh. Okay.
It's right there. Yeah. We used to get that more. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then. Well,
because we had done that last time.
Right.
I knew that wouldn't work. Maybe you still get points for it though.
Yeah, that's what she says to do. This one. The next one is study in the library. Get his digits, girl. How would a bird use a phone anyway?
Book reviews just straight to our personal soapbox.
My thoughts exactly.
Yay!
How do they write, for that matter?
Whee!
Oh, that's been the worst for me too. It's like because of the schedule we have, I break up my sleeping schedule into about 3 hours at night, and then 3 hours before my shift starts. After I've been off at work before my shift starts for lunch, and it's really hard to get up that second time. This one is.
I think we can go to the library. Sway, this book is bad. Nageki.
Two.
Stay in the library.
Yes. Library should be open now. I've already forgotten what he asked her. I can't help thinking with all those tall red books in there that basically there's like a bunch of textbooks and then a bunch of cookbooks in there. Clearly, had to take all of the poultry recipes out. So.
Only if predatory birds haven't gotten the intelligence.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, the fact the hawks are ninja that kill you kind of does make me wonder if. Okay.
Bullied?
Bullied, yes. Her caption, no. Yeah, it does kind of make me wonder if it's kind of like a D&D, where the predatory ones are evil and the herbivores are good and stuff like that.
Well, what was the game that had that difference? It wasn't a Spore, I don't think. It was something like that, where you started a race from amoeba all the way to the galactic civilization.
That's spore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then, yeah, you could be either carnivore or herbivore.
Right. You're talking, once you start talking about evil and food, you can't forget the Fable series.
Oh, right.
Meat is murder.
Absolve your sins, have celery. Student ID?
Will anything ever come of this?
I'm sure it will at some point. Sleepy Bird is the best. I wish I had that ability. I really do.
What?
Just sleep whenever.
Well, it sounds like it's more of a curse than a blessing in his case. I don't think he wants to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it actually takes some effort for me to nod off.
Right.
So, like, if I could sleep in the car or something when there's downtime, that'd be great.
Right. How strange. Yeah, I wonder if...
How has a cat not caught that bird yet?
What?
Oh, Inkbig says, none of the links in the essay thread actually link here.
Uh-oh. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. I linked to the YouTube videos. I forgot to link to the stream again. I'm sorry.
As per usual, if there's anything going wrong on the tech side, it's Wayne's fault.
I am the worst. Edit Doe Smiley.
Sproul said, I like how in Fable they had those secret doors they had to do things to open. One was do something horribly evil in front of it, so you just eat some chicken. Murder! Yes!
Yeah, and
this chicken is so good, it's a sin! Nom, nom, nom.
Remember, it's not just eating meat. They actually have those crunchy chicks, which are actual like baby chicks covered in chocolate, and you eat those. So you're eating animals that are still alive. In that case.
Huh.
It's so I guess it goes up to the whole vegetarian PETA angle. It's like is it better if it's already dead? Is it better if you killed it? Yeah, exactly. Yes, the crunchy chicks thing. Okay.
And Inkbig says you're such a failure at everything. You're so disappointed.
I know.
Pretty much.
TV/poop gamers.
Kind of like a friendly ghost or something. Cookies? Bird-shaped cookies. Huh. Guess look kind of like the equivalent of gingerbread men.
Alright, link posted. I hereby repent of yea verily sevenfold and so on.
It is okay. Have this pudding and be absolved. Even looks a little happier. Yay!
Oh.
A god tier.
A
pooty tier haunted house.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh,
nope.
Wonderful. Birdwatching club. Nice.
Yes, as far as we're aware, the birdwatching club is... Wayne thinks that they're the photography club. I think they actually are the creepy stalker club.
Is that a thing? Because I remember in Final Fantasy VIII with the Treppies, probably nobody thought twice about like actually being a group of stalkers just going around and really identified as such. And it's like, is that a thing people do for popular kids?
I actually think in Japan, it isn't for other kids. It's generally for
teachers. A teacher in that case.
Like one joke that I saw was in one school there was a nurse that was really attractive and was basically considered an American figure.
Right.
And she was nicknamed Nurse Nicebody. And there was people who would just kind of creep on her, and
wow,
because it's Japan, everyone's just kind of okay with it.
Wow. Welp.
I think that'll be an important point. Here it is. Yay!
He's easily impressed.
The Congress dances but does not progress.
Tore out people's books.
That's basically the idea Ink Big
Everybody's
has.
creepy,
If
no-
everybody's creepy, nobody is.
So I said she had a science teacher in the school. A lot of guys creeped on. Yeah.
I will freely admit, I had no teachers that were attractive at all. I think the closest was my theater teacher, but even still.
You brought a boyfriend to all these events when they get the message. The thing is that if it, basically and this has been scientifically proven now that up until that from about like 14 to 22 or whatever the age range is, people basically have no sense of let's see, it is go home with Nageki, you'd think. Yes, go home with Nageki. But it's like, yeah, basically, people have no sense of vulnerabilities. Everybody thinks they're invincible. Everybody thinks they're going to get, whatever they want, and this can't really comprehend. Yeah, yeah. Your 14-year-old mind says, yeah, all the girls, are hot.
Now, Inkset Big said all girls less than 30. There actually was a joke a little while back that a 34-year-old teacher had been caught, statutory rape with a 14-year-old boy.
Right.
And there was and she was a math teacher, so the joke obviously was, how many times does 14 go into 34? Needless to say, the newspapers just loved that, and they used it all over.
Already har. Grades aren't looking very good.
But I've been grinding intelligence, wisdom.
Well, there's a problem right there. You need to end.
Ah. Or not.
Well, their relationship is going places.
Oh, I think it is. To be fair, I was kind of the same way in high school. It's like I would start edging closer to people over time.
Right. Getting our serious moment. Oh, is he a ghost?
Maybe.
Ghost ninjas, the worst kind.
Yes, I believe that's the thing with Nageki. He
Right.
actually is a ghost.
Yeah, and speaking of tropes and things that pop up, I was reading.
Oh, hooray!
I was kind of into this was like, man, it was like 6 or 7.
Take that, racist bird!
It's like 6 years ago that since I was really into and even then not really was into anime and stuff like that. And yeah, so we were watching.
Yippee!
I mean, it's close to like 10 years ago that this happened. But yeah, I was watching the Full Metal Panic anime. There was a manga series to it, and of course the library, which was Barnes and Noble, had started carrying the manga series for it. So I was reading that one, and one of the chapters in there that they didn't convert to the anime was this one where Kaname is lost and runs across this village, and sure enough, she runs into a ghost. They talk normally and everything, and at the end of it, she was dead all along. And it's like, why did they do that? That was out of nowhere. It's not a supernatural. Well, it is. It is a supernatural series, but where people get telekinesis, with giant mecha, but not that kind, A little distant lately, like the Great Beyond.
Yeah, it does make for a white Christmas. More like a white-out Christmas.
Oh, he's been finished.
Ayla's Buddhist.
What? Hey, Mog.
Hey, Monk.
Oh, sorry about that. I sent you a Steam message right before I switched, but you might not have seen it. And we are just finishing the Nageki route. Nerd bird.
Nerd bird is the word.
Dead nerd bird.
Also acceptable as emo bird, quiet bird, and apparently ghost bird.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Ghost bird anyway. Seems pretty likely.
Sway protests that she's Buddhist, but she still likes Christmas. You like getting presents, which makes you a horrible Buddhist. Oh,
yeah, you're like a hybrid Christo-Buddhist or something.
Synchronistic.
The present point of time. Oh, she's getting philosophical now.
Isn't it a way to spend Christmas? Of course, all of you must convert to Lord Pooty!
If only I could be so gloriously incandescent.
Grossly incandescent, wasn't it?
That was it, grossly. Yeah. Oh, I'm the worst Dark Souls player.
Seriously, it's like, I knew that, and you've played it like a bazillion times.
Yeah. See, the thing is, though, with my memory is great for numbers and stuff like that, but I'm terrible at names and quotes and stuff like that.
Sway protests that she likes giving presents. Or for the simple, buy an amulet and go home. Oh, Ryota.
Okay. Fulmerton Conquest. It is a Fulmerton school. Mark asks a question everyone wants to know. Why is Ryota a Shrine Maiden? Why isn't Ryota?
Don't judge it! I think the running joke's supposed to be that whatever profession or side job Ryota is in, he is forced to cross-dress. It's just one of the weird things.
Right.
Hi, Nitmer! You have come into the best part! It is kind of a spoof of the Otome or dating sim kind of game. It is called Healthful Boyfriend, as you know, and it's basically a visual novel dating sim-ish kind of game.
Like Mog said, it is the game where you date pigeons.
Yes.
Apparently, you're the only human. Yeah. Well, I think you're the only human at their school. I think there are other humans.
Yeah.
Presumably the ones who built all those buildings and the pens that can birds somehow being used and everything. Yeah, but basically, as I
chicken of ill omen.
As I understand it, they originally used like birds as placeholders for the characters, and then much like sounds kinky, much like Snakes on a Plane, people just kind of ran with it. Sexual blessing.
Huh. And obviously, Hatoful was a really silly wordplay joke because it meant, heartful, but also referred to birds. And
Nitmerd, it's very tame. It's very weird.
Unfortunately, we do have to tamp down expectations.
There's no hot girl on bird action.
Yep, it is Hatoful, but it is not full of hot.
So she hasn't seen like her ghost boyfriend bird since Christmas Eve.
Nope.
Huh.
Nothing to worry about.
The next choice is millet.
Millet?
Yeah, like for a legumentines, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I was just thinking, why would it be millet?
Yeah.
You give beans to the boy you like. Disgraceful.
Beating them, if you will.
Oh.
I don't think I said that one last time.
I sure hope not.
I've been thinking about
country milk.
Yeah, about starting to make my own ramen instead of getting the prepackaged stuff. Because among other things, it's like apparently it's really high in sodium with the preserved like seasonings. So, oh, it's empty. Or could it be the ghost?
So Nageki should be. Aha!
Oh, what kind of outing themselves with the spelling there? The meager R with the RE.
Ooh.
Do they spell like color with the U and stuff? I've been paying attention, you know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll forgive my dreadful sin.
As we know, incorporeal creatures are immune to cold. Her house. I'm doing air quotes there, even though we don't. Yeah.
Foxtail millet.
I did lay off the ghost, you know, jokes and everything. It's like the most important person in your life, as it were.
When he was younger, like in elementary school?
That's true. Encyclopedias. I do love that's the first thing her thoughts went to.
But yeah, if he's a ghost, how can he leave messages?
With that one feat that lets you use your ghost telekinesis to manipulate objects.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Which, if so, it justifies it more than every other bird in this game. Sway knows what I'm talking about, yeah. Oh, was he actually murdered? I'm guessing the thing.
What?
I guess the thing by bully is it just means that he's just been ignored, which they were talking about earlier,
Yeah,
because of course nobody else can see him. Follow agitated. So she never bothered to check and see if he actually went to any other class?
No, he's in the previous year.
Well, you could still like go to the previous year's classrooms and verify that he's never been in one.
Well, you get the impression that Ayla doesn't really follow up that much.
She is a bit thick, as they say.
Right. They can't see you?
Yes, although this is where I kind of wish we could start making saves and check out the dunce options.
Right. Does he only have one path?
Looks that way.
Ah.
Nope, that's it. Well, that's a bit dark. And nobody thought to like tell her
I
about.
like how they're fiddling with the transparency.
Yeah, that is a neat touch. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, well, we had been thinking that this was that Nageki was Ghostbird Mog, because she asked what happened, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah. So we have 5 school festivals, so he's been dead for at least 5 years.
Right.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, okay. I call shenanigans on this one. A Japanese ghost wouldn't have feet in the first place.
Ah.
Yeah, you're right. He is getting more and more transparent. Which, oh,
And that is Nageki's.
well, okay. So we have 2 really depressing ones, and then we've got one completely weird one.
So this is kind of a, the difference between an emotional roller coaster and this is kind of like the emotional, scramble ride.
Right.
You just kind of whip back and forth.
Well, R.I.P. Nageki, you weren't weird enough for this game. Okay, so we've got the actual bird out of the way. We've gotten the ghost out of the way. The childhood friend. What other archetypes are we going to run into?
Dreams and...
Jeez.
And Lord Pooty sing thee softly to thy sleep. Sorry. No, actually, if it wasn't for the fact that it was a mourning dove, and all that, I think I actually found that really good.
Right.
So.
You think they would have pointed out like the whole maybe stories about the haunted library where a bird killed himself 5 years previously.
Well, I like how they actually did manage to answer that, and then I'll just go with Ayla again because I forgot to save it.
Nope.